All right, hello everyone, and welcome to the EGF Season 1, Week 3 in Overwatch. Today, we are going to be getting into the match between the Wolfpack from Three Rivers Middle College and the Cyber Colonels from Ledyard. My name is Sandman, and I'm joined by my buddy Dell.
Hey guys, how's it going? We're going to hop right into this really exciting match, a really crucial match for these teams. We're nearing that end of that season, and we're trying to get those playoff points and really just get the best record going into these playoffs up and coming here in just a couple short weeks.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see what the teams go with here. I'm not going to be all surprised if I see Mercy on each side, because even though she does have something coming down the pipe, she's pretty much a necessity at this point. And but it looks like the teams may or not be kind of trolling us a little bit, because they're going some fairly non-standard stuff here, going like a Diva, Zarya, or no main tank on the side of Wolfpack, who is going to be on the attack first. And the Cyber Colonels are going to go on the defense. Looks like interesting pick from Cyber Colonels with the Orisa instead of more of like a Winston or even a Reinhardt, and they're not going to pair it with a Torbjorn, which is honestly one of the best, a very good combo, especially on first point salt maps in my experience. But we'll see if they can make it work for him here. And the Junkrat also, you see a lot of him lately, so especially with the changes that came down for him a little while back.
Some of these players we've definitely seen it more than a couple of times, and I'm really looking out to see a really big performance from Evan here. Last time he had some really stellar Genji play, and that was just a real standout to me.
And I actually just realized Cyber Colonels, they're only running a single healer. That's a very interesting choice. And Mercy's, Mercy's good, but it's very interesting to just go with a single one. But we're just gonna have some poke go on here at the gate, see if they can get something working. But with the interesting comps from each side, they're not going to have a whole lot of push power on the attack, is what I'm worried about for the Wolfpack here.
This is one of those Orisa-based strategies, I think, that's just really, really nice to see. See an innovative way to use team comps.
Well, it looks like Evan was able to take out the Junkrat, but with that quick res coming up, he was going to be brought right back in, and then with the Diva suit going down, that pretty much ends their push right there, because they don't have a consistent shield to go in with. They're not pushing in as strong as they could and as strong as I think that they should, especially with the comp that they're running, since they are going in without a main shield. And as I say that, Evan has now switched to the Reinhardt, so I think they should be able to at least get a bit more push going with it for him now.
Yeah, this Reinhardt pick is actually sick, though. That's a really good choice there from them.
Obi went in a little bit too deep there. I think he was just getting a little antsy to try to get in and not quite able to do it, especially with that double kill from Sakaluigi with that Deadeye. That immediately put a stop to their push.
That was almost all the defensive ultimates there. They're only really sitting on a Mercy Res, coming up on that Orisa Bongo Drums of Doom, as we do see. So, this is something that the offense really has to be prepared to deal with. Is that big res, that double res play is pretty big.
Yeah, so it's pretty much just going to be a pretty dry fight here. The only ult right now is held by D-Roy with the Mercy, and with the switch from Evan and Sexy Sniper switching for the DPS and tank, they did lose I believe it was a Genji ult that he had, so they can't go in with that. But Evan is able to take out Sakaluigi, but making D-Roy use that res, bring him back. There we go. Looks like they might be able to get something done here. They are going in pretty deep, and everyone's falling one by one. The Orisa and Captain Jones, the only ones left alive here. Now Captain's... Nope, I take that back. It wasn't Captain Jones. That was Evan. I just saw Pharah, and I thought defense. Nope. So it looks like they are able to take it with... they are going to have almost 6 minutes, about 5.5 minutes, to try to take point B. And so let's see if the Cyber Colonels are able to stage a good defense here.
And this is 2 CPs, so it is a little bit slower paced, and we're gonna see a big fight here though. A lot of ultimates coming up on both sides. How they use this Diva ult, I think, is gonna determine the offense.
Well, I think well, here we go. There we go. All right, I am gonna have to say most likely this defense is not gonna work out for him here with losing the shield and that graviton putting into that. But Sakaluigi able to take out Waifu's Ana, but I don't think that's going to be nearly enough. Oh my, they did manage to have a good defense there. I'm not exactly sure what happened. I don't know what the issue where that fell apart for them, because by rights I think they should have had it there. They had the ult advantage, they had the pick advantage, but the Cyber Colonels, they were able to keep them away and prevent them from getting even a single tick.
They got what I like to call 2 CPs, as the boys in blue call it, but just too much high ground and too much cover for the defense, and plus those respawn times are just really too quick to get a really good push in there.
Well, see if they're able to do anything. Now we have the Riptire coming in. See if he's able to he's going to try to go behind. This should be interesting. And not able to get anything. Tried to go for Sexy Sniper on the Reinhardt. Not able to do it. And Evan, I think, just thought just in time was able to use the rocket to push himself away. Looks like it's kind of just a bit of a slow push here. But with Evan able to take out Sakaluigi, forcing out the res from D-Roy. Got another very nice Deadeye from Luna there, able to get a double kill. But Sakaluigi going in with his own and able to take out Spork and Evan, and then he'll take out Waifu there at the end. That's a bit of insult to injury there, but that was very good McCree play from both teams, I gotta say. Positioning themselves just well enough to give him enough time to get those Deadeye kills off. But it seems the only one that's able to make it work for him, for his team, is definitely from the Cyber Colonels, able to get those in a very clinched moment. But that's nothing against Lunar. There's nothing against Lunar's McCree. He's also doing a very good job.
Definitely. I mean, we're just seeing really good positioning, I think, from the defense. They have a really nice widespread setup, and that's just really setting them up for success.
All right, looks like we're going in pretty spread attack here. Interesting decision, but then again, that's what the defense was doing. So I think they're trying to isolate them and separate them a little bit.
I need a doctor.
But with Shadow Dragon going in pretty heavy with the Feral Monkey, he's trying to take out as many people as he can, keep them off the point. But Sakaluigi able to have that Mercy backup, able to take out his other Lunar. And I think this, even with the D.Va ult, not the best use of the D.Va ult there. I think this push is pretty much already done at that point. That's a bit of a waste. I'm wondering if is it Froyo Bro? I'm sorry, the Froyo Bro. It's a bit of a mouthful. I wonder if he's going to switch off the D.Va potentially. No, it looks like he's going to keep it, but I think that was a very questionable ult on his part for that instance.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, I think. But I mean, I really just want to highlight this McCree play. It's really been stellar. And I mean, Lunar had a really good control of the high ground, but immediately Sakaluigi got on that flank and just surprised him and took him out. Just huge plays coming from both of those guys.
Well, that was a very interesting kill, because Spork was just one who's another caught up by himself. And then O'Brien, I was gonna say O'Brien. O'Brien is able to take out Waifu with the tire, able to make something work that time. I think he was trying to fix the little blunder he had the last time he tried.
Losing both your heroes in these 2C pushes is just absolutely brutal. That's a lot of stall coming out for this defense. They're doing a really good job here, burning almost 4.5 minutes off the clock.
Yeah, and even with the collection of ults they have here, I really want to see him try to make this work. And with Evan going in pretty hard with his Dragon Blade and with the Nano Boost, I wonder if he's able to make something work. But so far, he's only able to take out O'Brien. And then with Shadow Dragon beating away at him, as a Feral Monkey, he just wasn't able to get anything else done. And then Lunar is able to take out Captain Jones, and so it looks like this attack should be good for Wolfpack, but I said that before, and then for one reason or another, it didn't quite work out for him. But I don't know. Yeah, and especially with the attacker bonus here with the respawn, I don't think they're going to make it work. They're going to try to stall it out, but this is a done deal. See if they can get it to overtime and to prevent them from getting any more time if they're able to do it any faster for the Cyber Colonels. Looks like they are getting close. It's just a big old battle royale on the point, and it looks like they might be able to push them into overtime. I'm thinking. Yes, they are. So they did do the minimum job here of keeping them to overtime, and they are going to capture it in that overtime. So now if the Cyber Colonels can do it with more than a minute on the clock, Wolfpack is not going to have their own chance to try again, which I think at that point was their only goal. But they did do a very good job there.
That was a very good job, but man, I'm having flashbacks to the Overwatch Open back when ESL ran that tournament where you just had these just crazy stalls coming out. You know, like you saw a a really solid 3.5 minute first point defense there on point A, and then burning 5.5 minutes and then some change after. Like that's brutal. And I really think that this is one of those moments where you can tell when a team has a really good map draft and they have a really good strategy, and whoever's the tactician behind those kernels, man, I mean, he should just be patting himself on the back because even though there's overtime and that there's still a lot of possibility here, that was an absolutely terrific defense, and really good plays coming out with flanking tires, assassinating those mercies. I mean, just great stuff. And I really think that comes down to just preparation, where you just get these really good setups going, and you just get a lot of different battle plans for when different things happen. And it just seems like the Colonels really had a handle on what they're doing. So I'm really interested to see if that translates into a really quick and successful offense here. So
I'm interested to see that too, because it looks like they are still going to run the single healer for the Cyber Colonels, and I still question that pick. I mean, it worked out for them on the defense, which I'm still surprised about, but that this does mean they are able to pack a bit more punch. They are able to have a bit more attack, especially with the Junkrat Pharah Diva, basically just throwing in rocket and explosive spam, able to take out those shields. But then again, the Orisa Reinhardt does offer quite a bit of shield. They can alternate their shields and keep it up for a very long time. So I'm interested to see how this is going to work out for them, especially with Lunar, his very good McCree play going against Captain Jones's Pharah. I'm interested to see how that works for him.
That will be the time to tell us what it really. See, look at this flank here. I mean, this is just how they're prepared and they're ready and they're hopping right into action. Even though Shadow Dragon isn't a drop there.
Yeah, and the problem is D-Roy wasn't quite able to get up with his team, so he couldn't back it up. I saw him trying. He's trying to get up over that gate, but he just wasn't able to do it. So at this point, all they can do is try to get something done, maybe hide away a little bit. And it looks like Captain Jones, that's exactly what he's doing. He's hiding behind, and no one sees him. They have to be wondering where the Pharah is at, so I imagine they're going to try to go look for him. Potentially? No? I think he's still just sneaking over there. But the problem is now he's... Oh, Spork! Oh, no! He was just standing still. Oh, Lunar is able to take him out. But taking out Spork like that was a very good job. The problem is I don't think it's going to matter. With the kills coming in for the Wolf Pack, Spork is going to be able to make it back in time to his team. I'm fairly certain. But that was a very interesting play from Captain Jones, and that did give me a chuckle.
That was absolutely worth it. He timed it a little wrong. If his team would have been there to follow up, that would have been insane. But Lunar's just laid it into 3.
Yeah, Lunar's he's doing a very good job. He's keeping his eye on the sky. He's dishing out the damage. He knows exactly what he needs to be doing, and he's able to capitalize on that opportunity. Going in for and a very, very nice rip tire from Evan there, able to take out 2, and then Lunar again able to take out Captain Jones. I'm surprised Captain Jones is sticking on the Pharah this long. I wouldn't be surprised. There we go. Okay, just as I said, Captain Jones is going to switch to the Tracer, which also could have a problem with Lunar because Lunar has the flashbang in order to try to take out the Tracer, but it is definitely going to be better for the poke damage than the Pharah has been. I would think.
You have the additional threat of Evan there on the Junkrat, which just absolutely destroys Tracers too. So you're really counting yourself there. And honestly, that pick, in my opinion, isn't justified at all.
No,
what I want to see here is some big tanks here from the offense.
Yeah, I'm interested to see because it looks like they are doing the shield alternating, which is exactly what they should be doing with this comp to try to keep things up. But Evan able to take out O'Brien's Riptire, have it so it can't get anything, and they do have to fall back to the point, and they are trading out kills right now. But it looks like the advantage is going to go to the Wolfpack here, at least at the beginning of this fight. And it looks like it is going to stay that way because the Cyber Colonels just aren't quite able to capitalize. They were just too many deaths all staggered out that the Mercy wasn't able to keep up and res them in time. And it's just that was just a bad push there. they did their best, but as soon as the Wolfpack fell back to the point, used their shields and the rip tires and the Shadow Dragon. Shadow Dragon. I don't know how he got back there and wasn't taken out, but he did manage to sneak out behind him. I don't think they were really looking for him. All right, another problem we have here is that the Wolfpack is going to have the ult advantage here, but O'Brien, Obi Guy, I'm getting all these names confused. Obi Guy threw in his self-destruct, but wasn't able to make anything work with it, and with 4 kills, and then the last 2 were from Lunar, there's almost nothing that the Cyber Kernels can do at this point on this map.
No, there's not. I mean, I think Evan just is brutalizing them. Like, Lunar's getting a lot of the kill feed, but Evan's just absolutely dishing out miles and miles of damage, just making it nearly impossible for the team to get through the choke. You know, like, one of those things is that I think I saw pretty commonly was the offense was making it through, but they were making it through in bits and pieces. You know, if they tightened that up a little bit, and maybe denied Evan some damage on those flankers, they probably would have been successful. What an absolutely massive play from Sakura and Luigi. Those McCreedles were really just something special. Look at that nasty freaking flick. Like, that's something to be really proud of there.
Yeah, that was a good job. But like I said, in that first round,
they have the master DPS player. These guys have the bronze tank or whatever. You know, it doesn't. None of that really matters, and we're seeing that as that. You know, maybe these individual players are having a high impact, but that team play is really just what shines overall. And I think that the team play is what is going to set this team apart on Eichenwald, as this is probably the second most brutal choke in the game compared to Hanamura. So
yeah,
really,
this is definitely going to be an interesting match. But like I said, I'm still surprised that they picked Eichenwald in the first place, and they actually banned King's Row, which King's Row is basically the industry standard for Overwatch, competitive Overwatch. It's the one that's been around the longest. It's one that most people have played. But I wonder if it's to the point where it's like, you know what, we're going to try something new. We're going to do a map that we've practiced that we think the other team has not, and try to make that work. So I'm interested to see. I'm not completely certain who picked this map, but I'm interested to see how this works. And I think the comps are going to be fairly similar to what we have been seeing. So we are going to see the Orisa Reinhardt on defense for the Wolfpack and Waifu Spork. Again, we're going to be on the Zenyatta, and then we're going to Zenyatta Mercy, and then the McCree and Evan is going to be on the Junkrat again. But Junkrat worked, and Lunar's been doing a stellar job as the McCree. So I can't imagine they've found any reason to switch. And Wolfpack pick I can build in, and that's something that I think we're definitely seeing, that they have this heavy choke play. They really have it down. They really understand how to work these chokes. Really, use that Orisa Ryan combo to really shut down the offense. Okay, and the I'm sorry, the Cyber Kernels looks like they are going to go with only the single healer again. I wonder if they don't have anyone that feels comfortable enough on healer in order to play it, or they think they're going to try to overwhelm the other team's defenses. But the problem is the DPS that they're picking aren't really that type of DPS. So I'm wondering if they just don't have anyone that feels comfortable enough on the healing role that they think it would do it well enough, because their push was dead pretty much from the outset with the picks against the Genji and the Reaper, and that's just interesting to see how they make this work. And I'm kind of interested in what their thought process is and why they're not going to try to go for a bit extra healing.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that you can make this successful, but their current strategy definitely isn't working. What they need to be doing is they need to be working these flanks, the wide fly flank, or even these rooms you can kind of jump over. And Evan just brutalizes, man. Like, this Junkrat stuff is just absolutely lethal. There's nothing that you can do against it.
Yeah, he's just doing such a great job. And the problem is the Genji could try to get up at him, but the problem is Genji isn't really a counter to Junkrat because he doesn't have nearly as much. I don't know, his bombs are much harder to reflect and actually make something work, so they need something in order to try to get to him. But with the Mercy pocketing him and with him just kind of staying a bit out of the way, especially with the tight corridors, it's just going to be so hard to get him. And as I say that, Sakurai is able to take him out, but Spork realizes his utility and brings him right back.
The DPS is really shining here. All these guys that outputting a lot of stuff. You know, we saw pins, we see kills, we see trades. Ultimately, the defense is going to have the numbers advantage, but we do have a Dragon Blade online that will quickly die to Evan. Evan, you know, I mean, if this man's alive, I think that they're not going to be taking this off. We see this final fight kind of turn out.
And here it looks, and there you go. All right, they are able to take out the Reinhardt eventually, and it's just that was actually looking a bit hairy because they weren't able to take him out fast enough, and so then the attacking team is able to come back in. But then Lunar is able to take out Captain Jones and do a little bit of damage onto Roy. And so it's, yeah, their attack is done. But I think they were able, oh no, they weren't. I take that back. They were a hair's breadth, a hair's width away from getting that 33%. I think they were at about like maybe 32 point something because it looked there, but they weren't quite able to get it. That was just a very good defense and a very nice attempt. Very solid attempt from the Cyber Colonels there.
Evan, you know, it's just he's on fire, man, literally.
And he's the only one so far. And with the Earth Shatter coming out from the Foyo Bro, but very nice job from O'Brien with the Reaper ult, able to take out two, get some damage on the Spork to help him with that. So this attack is definitely going to be the success that allows them to finally cap this point.
I think that something that the offense kind of picked up on there is they just had to get their target priority done. You know, O'Brien can set up that massive ult there, and that really just allowed them successful. We're going to see the Transcendence be popped from Waifu, but not a ton of success there.
Yeah, he was trying to use a bit of a Zoom-Yata play there, but wasn't quite able to get on. So that's one less ult that they have to survive with. So I don't know if I can really get behind that decision, because as fast as you go, you had to have realized that you weren't going to most likely get on that point in time.
We are going to see the two healers though on the offense, so this is something that we haven't seen yet before. It's 60 Sniper going to die kind of randomly.
I'm thinking, if my guess is correct, he's most likely going to switch to a different character instead of going with the Orisa. He's going to switch to the Diva. I definitely agree with this pick because I think the stationary shield with Orisa doesn't quite work on the escort portion of these maps. With an Earth Shatter against Waifu, but he had to, divert his attention away to someone else. He wasn't able to capitalize on it, and he's eventually going to fall. And so this defense is definitely going to be what stops him here. So they're going to have to regroup unless they're able to survive just long enough for the other ones to come in.
Survive they will, but I mean, this defense is just doing a really terrific job. You know, you have Waifu dealing off Sakura Luigi in the background, and you just have a really strong front line with the Froyo Bro. You know, this guy's been a star Reinhardt player in my eyes for sure. You know, there was an Ilios match where he'd absolutely demolish the enemy team, and I think he's showing his complete dominance as a frontline tank here.
Yeah, he's just doing such a good job. And oh, I think O'Brien messed up his teleport there. I think he's trying to go up above and maybe try to get behind or something, but he teleported onto the Omnic. Didn't quite work.
He is going to get a nasty flank right on Waifu there.
So it's a very good job, but it is going to be trading right now, and I think those trades are going to go in favor of the defense with a very nice Earth Shatter from Shadow Dragon, able to lay down 3 of them, but they didn't quite have the manpower there to do the damage that they needed. Oh, and I take that back. I thought it looked like the defense was going strong, but I think with the Roadhog, that extra survivability and that damage, able to take out the rest of them, and they are going to Lunar. Oh, he doesn't get it off. I wasn't completely sure about that one, but he is able to take out 2, but then that's going to force Roy to pull out his ult and use his 2 res charges to bring them back.
You know, we see 5 men here on this payload here, and this is do or die here for the defense for the second point hold.
And then Lunar's going to try to go around back. I think he's going to try to take out that Mercy, but he has to remember though that the Genji's coming. He's going to be coming behind him, so he potentially could. There he is. Then he is going to be taken out, but the rest of his team is falling anyway, so not a whole lot he can do there. He would have most likely would have sacrificed himself anyway.
O'Brien, man, he's just eviscerating the enemy team. You know, that's 2 times now that his ultimates have single-handedly really changed the fight and allowed his team to take these points.
Yeah, he's been just doing a very good job. The Reaper seems to be a much more comfortable pick for him, and with Sakaluigi going in, taking out 3 of them with that Genji Blade, that Dragon Blade, that's so dangerous, even without the nano boost from the Ana. It's so hard to deal with. Lunar is able to take him out, but the damage has already been done. And with that kill on Shadow Dragon, and then Jiroi, I think he wanted to res him, but he just used it to res his other teammates, so I don't think they're going to be able to do anything with this here. And with the Lucio ult coming out, again, a very questionable usage there from Captain Jones. I think that fight was pretty much already lost, and they are lacking in time, but they could have used that to go into this next fight, but now they're going to have to go without.
They are going to have to go without, but they do have that O'Brien on the Reaper ult, so let's see if that will be successful, as Lunar just popping off here, hitting all these headshots.
All right, here we got the defensive Valkyrie out of Spork here, just trying to stay alive, stay out of the way. Wow, O'Brien, I know it goes in a bubble, but that was incredibly high for O'Brien's Death Blossom there. But able to take out Spork, even in Valkyrie form.
I will watch over you. I still have use.
But it looks like I don't know if it's even going to matter, because Jiroi popped his, but he's so low now that he is eventually going to be taken out by a trap of all things. We got some very good trades coming in here, and O'Brien, he's one of the only ones alive with Sakaluigi, and it's 2v2 right now, but one's a tank, especially the D.Va, able to dish out a whole lot of damage, but they're going to have a trade, and now it's Sexy Sniper against O'Brien, but with the backup coming in with Waifu, I don't know if they're going to do it. So now it's healer tank against healer DPS with now two healers. Yeah, this fight is pretty much over for the Cyber Criminals here.
Really solid push there, though. I mean, I think the defense started to clue into the Reaper ults there, and they had some really good play. And you know, that disc of death still did get 2 kills, but it still wasn't enough to finish them off. Fully push that cart there. I think that what we're seeing from the colonels, or the colonels there, sorry, is that the support play is just something that they're not familiar with for sure, and I think they're used to just kind of bullying their way in, and just really pushing the doors down, and really making their way and into the points or the control point, or maybe even pushing the payload. And that's something that I think it works a lot of times, but where it doesn't work and where they really suffered was those points with the long return time. You know, like you have Eichenwald's second point and third, which are just absolutely brutal to have the walk back. And if you don't have a speed boost or a resurrection or some kind of mitigation to get bypass that big long walk back, plus that 15-second 10-second death timer, you know, that's 25 seconds, 30 seconds of walking or out of fight time, and that's ultimately I think why they're not successful. So I think what will really help them or benefit them a lot here on the defense is maybe a Symmetra pick or a Lucio or something, just to help to really navigate these walkbacks, because you know that DPS picks might work out, but what we're just not seeing consistently is we're not seeing consistent frags. We're seeing 1 or 2 players pop off, and that you know, that might work sometimes, but you know, as we saw their unsuccessful push on third, it just wasn't able to work 100% of the time there. And just really something that has really been shutting them down is honestly Spork's play. I think Spork's Mercy has just been really stellar here as we lead into this offense here on first point Eichenwald.
Yeah, Spork has been doing a very good job surviving. He's been staying out of the way, doing what he needs to do, but not getting in the fray too much, you know, preventing himself from dying. And it looks like they are going to go the pharmacy on the side of Wolfpack here, and the Cyber Colonels are going to go the Wolfpack strategy that they went with last time. It's going to be the Orisa Reinhardt, and only the Orisa on the side of Wolfpack. So they're trying to go for the survivability with the strong shield game here. And with the general lack of shield busting damage on the side of Wolfpack, I don't know if they're going to be able to get through it unless they are able to divert, just like this, with Evan going back, diverting the attention from Shadow Dragon, making him come back to him. But what are you going to do as Reinhardt against the Pharah? Apparently hammer the Pharah in the face, I guess. That's exactly what's going to happen as I say that. And he was going to try to go hammer the Mercy and Spork. But the rest of his team, he's trying to go hammer Mercy and hammer afar, but his team's falling behind him. Lunar doing a very good job of taking out the, dealing out some damage to the rest of his team. And Spork was having a bit of a dance, a bit of an episode, but he's over it now, looks like.
Yeah, I think, you know, Rafario Bro was my favorite Reinhardt pick, but for these players here. But I mean, Shadow Dragon proving that Reinhardt is the DPS we all want him to be. Might be taking that favorite spot out of my heart.
Ooh, and Evan. It's like Luigi able to take him out, but Evan already did his job, able to take out Obi Guy and Captain Jones. So that is going to be 2 players down. And it looks like going to be very quiet. O'Brien is going to try to go in for a bit of a flanking Reaper here. Is he able to do it? Is he able to take out at least one? I don't know. He's blasted away by Sexy Sniper. And then Evan's going to try to rain down some rockets on him, and he's now left alone. And I don't know if he's going to be able to do anything. No, he's not. He is going to have to retreat. Very good job by Evan, and nobody's there to take him out of the skies. Forcing DeRoy to break out use his 2 res charges, but immediately taken out by Lunar with his Deadeye. And so this is going to be a dead defense from the Cyber Kernels. The Wolfpack is going to end up winning this fight.
You know, Evan got 4 kills there on the start, and then another 2 with his ultimate. And that's just, you know, 2 players left on the playing field. It's just absolutely brutal. And he's just showing how good that Pharah pick can be on the second point.
There we go. Very nice ult, but the problem is his team's not there to do anything with it. Sock Luigi's going to try to get something done, but Lunar immediately shuts him down with a flashbang. And O'Brien, he's mostly alone. Yeah, and he's also going to fall, but... So that means they are going to manage to capture the point in a very questionable ult from Captain Jones. I don't know if I really agree with that one, but kind of like Waifu's play last time. I think it was a bit more of a desperation one to try to get on the point before it made it. But I still question the reasoning behind it. All right, looks like they are giving him a lot of free push here. And O'Brien, he's going to try to go in, but he's flashbanged by the McCree and shut down. I think he was trying to go in for a very nice Death Blossom, but I don't think they like flowers on the side of Wolfpack. And I think they really don't want any of that. Is able to take out Waifu, and Spork, I don't think he has the res for him. He does not. So this is going to be a dead push. Maybe? Okay, yeah, I think it's going to be a dead push. I was wondering if that Riptire was going to turn the tide for him, but if they really need to start going in at him, especially with the Froyo Bro out of the Diva mech. They need to take her out. Need to take out that Diva. It's going to be a problem if they don't. Because if he's able to get back into his mech. Looks like he is, and he does have ult, so this could turn the tide if he is able to place it right. Uh-oh. Here we go on the Diva ult. Oh, the Diva ult is a bit late, but that forces them off the point, takes the rest of them, and that is going to be victory for Wolfpack. You know,
I'm not one to say this, and I'm not one to just throw out compliments on Lucio, but Waifu, man, buddy, you're a superstar. I think what honestly is setting apart the Wolfpack and the Chronos is just an excellent shot calling. You know, we're seeing some great plays all around, but I mean, Waifu got about 7 frags on that attack there. You know, he got a huge boop on the Reinhardt. He got multiple frags, and I'm assuming because it's just what I'm used to. The shot calling is coming out